These are sure some mighty fine banknotes. Communist banknotes are very interesting. G'day, my name is Glenn, and today I have some, communist Lao banknotes. Well, these are the first issue anyway. These were introduced, we are not too sure, but we know that when the communists took over in 1975, they became the legal tender banknotes. And these were issued in 1, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500 kip. And they replaced the previous royal banknotes at 20 royal kip equals 1 Lao kip. So this is 20 royal kip. And they were in turn replaced in 1979 with the new kip at 100 new kip equals 1 new kip equals 100 old kip. So this would have been 1 at, which was the denomination that I never actually used. So there was actually no 5 kip. So I'm not too sure how useful this would have been used between 1979 and 1975. But these were printed in China. They're quite a good series. Actually, the watermark is actually a watt. And on the 1 kip, we have people harvesting it's either wheat or rice. I would say it's most likely, looks like a dry crop, so probably rice, which I don't think Laos actually produces a lot, so maybe it's another crop. And this is agriculture with modern technology. So the harvest material will go up that pipe. And on the reverse, it has medical care. So it has nurses looking after children and some other nurses preparing something. So maybe this is actually child immunisation. I'm not too sure. I cannot actually find any information about the images on these banknotes. And this one is green. It was the lowest denomination you can get. And it's entirely in Lao. It doesn't have any French or English on it. Okay, so here we have the 10 kip. Okay, I have a sequence of 3. So it's 400, 399, 398. And you can still get these readily on eBay. Their watermarks turn to be yellow a bit. And as you can see, beautiful. So this one has also nurses and doctors looking after patients. So the communist dream of a utopia where everyone is looked after medically. And the patination looks like typical Lao patination or Buddhist patination. So even though they were communist countries, they all seem to put their own cultural differences on it. And on the back we have people with weapons. So these were Pat Lao soldiers. And I'm not too it looks like they're putting, like this is spikes, they're covering up a trap, same as here. It looks like a hole that you fall down with sticks coming out. So that was some war motives. And here's the symbolism of Laos here. Now it's another watt. It's probably a generic one because I can't find much information about that. That is the 10 kip. Quite a nice banknote. I don't have the 20 kip. I'll get it sooner or later and I'll show you. So here is the 50 kip. This one has looks like Fitter and Turner's making something out of metal. So all communist banknotes have either agriculture, industry, or modern technology to represent all the workers. So this one is in purple, as you can see, nice patination there, beautiful. And on the back we have harvesting. So in our harvesting, we have some bulls tilling the soil with females. And it looks like traditional Lao clothing. So even though they're communists still, they still respect Lao traditions. And I like this, it's quite a nice pattern here. So this is quite a nice design banknote. And here we have the 100. This is actually one of my favourite banknotes. So he has fishing with longboats. And there's a yellow here, so that's very distinguished. It doesn't actually occur on some of the other banknotes, which is quite nice. And there's a blue colour, so blue is an attractive colour for a banknote. So it has 100 in Laos, which is their script is related to Thai, and so is their language. I presume this is the denomination here. And here we have people in traditional clothing. Looks like they're at the market buying and selling, so they're measuring the cloth. He's probably weighing it to see how much it costs. Here is the 100 again. And here you can see the temple as the watermark. So as you can see, no security thread. The security thread reappeared on the current edition of banknotes. And here is the what as well. And the highest banknote I actually have is the 200. So there is a 500. And this one has soldiers walking with some probably farmers here, or they could be just transporting weapons. And we have some jeeps, or not jeeps, are they troop carriers or something? I'm not too familiar with military hardware. And here we have people just walking through the forest. So maybe this represents civilians transporting and supplying the Patlao soldiers. Yeah. Oh, sorry, the Patlao were the communist rebels during the Laotian Civil War, which parallels the Vietnam War and the Cambodian Civil War. But the Patlao were not as brutal as the Gumardee. And on the reverse, we have, they could be making paper, which has some thread. So they could actually be making, I don't know, cloth or something like that. I'm not too sure. So 200. Here is the what again? And yeah, this series is just quite nice, beautiful. So when I get the 500 and the 20, I'll put them together and show you. The 500 is actually quite expensive. These other banknotes you can quite easily get. Quite obviously, the 1 kip is the cheapest, and the 200 kip is actually the most expensive out of this lot here. Most likely it's because the lower denominations would have been kept because they would have been more accessible to people, and the high denominations would have been a lot more money. So I would like to thank you for watching this video and have an awesome banknote collecting time. Hooroo people.